ride out 3-4 mornings a week. That's when a lot of flat trainers will want jockeys in just to sit in them for the fast work, just get a feel off them, especially 2-year-olds. The closer you are as far as a gallop, the better it is, because you can get more lots out, i.e. more horses out. It's a long enough day for staff, and they might be in the yard till 12 or 1, and then if they're racing, they might have to leave the yard before 12 or 1, then go racing, and then mightn't get back home till 10, 11 at night. Same thing next day, next morning, start again. So it's quite a long day for staff, you know. Jamie Osborne's first thing this morning with Jamie. I ride for him a lot since I started this season. And Melbourne 10, my sponsors, have a lot of horses there.
Like, he rang me the other day. I mean, because normally he'd try and come in on a Tuesday when we would gallop horses on a Tuesday, and he said, "Oh, do you want me in the morning?" I said, "Yeah, that's good, no problem. See you normal time." And I just about to put the phone down. I said, "Where are you now?" He said, "Oh, geez, about 20 miles north of Carlisle." I went, "What?" And I said, "Where are you tomorrow?" He said, "Ripon." I said, "Well, don't bother coming in." I said, "Go home." He said, No, I'll be in. And I think, well, he didn't. I said, "No, don't come in." But, you know, that's the sort of attitude that kind of endears you to people, isn't it? You know, he was perfectly willing. He was 20 miles north of Carlisle, and he was willing to be in Lambourne to ride a couple of bits of work. It's as much for him to get to know them. Look, I mean, I look at them every day, so if I don't know enough about them by now, then I would hand my licence in. But it's good that your afternoon riders will have a feel of the horses in the morning and just get to know them a little bit, try and get a little bit of an edge through knowledge, you know.
Like I said, breeding's a lot to do in the game. It's like any sport, I suppose. If you're an athlete, you don't breathe properly, you don't finish. So it just sometimes helps them to keep their mouth closed and drop their head a bit and breathe a bit. And then we went to Joe Hughes and Paul Blockley, who has given me a lot of winners down over the years, and we rode out one lot for them. And he's a legend, Blocker, but he's some trainer, I tell you. Yeah. He knows the time of day, and Joe does well. Him and Joe work well. She's great. She rides out a lot, as you've seen, and she can tell you exactly about a horse. Like, I never sat in a horse before, and she said, "Look, he doesn't like being at the back of the string. He likes to be up there and just get on with it. Yeah. And he's not a horse that you fall out with either." So she can fill you in on basically what he's like, because she sits on him. So it has to be much easier for a trainer if they can ride out, or if they can have a person that's very, very close to actually them that can tell them the truth when they don't want to hear it. But now, for a lot of trainers, and that no trainer trains the same, and there's no right or wrong. And the more you sit in the horses in the morning time, the more you ride them, the more you figure them out. But the flat trainers probably don't have as long with the young horses to figure them out, so they have to learn faster with them. Paul Nicholls, when he won his second Gold Cup with Kato Star, he says, we're only learning about him now, and in your back of your mind you think, well, he's 8 now, you've had him for 6 years, you should. But they change, they adapt every day. And I suppose for one, you have to find the horse, then you have to find the owner to buy the horse, then you have to train the horse, and then you have to place the horse in the right races, and then you have to make sure the horse progresses on. And you'll get a jockey that'll go out there and won't listen to you and do his own thing and get beat on it. If you're the last cog in that wheel, you don't get these things right on the day. It can be a big knock on along the line, through the horse's breeding, through the prize money for the owner, trainer, through the staff's prize money. So there's a lot of responsibility within it, but at the same time you can't go out there with that mindset going, oh, you'll freeze, you'll just do nothing. We were in the car for a 3-hour trip to Chester, which is only a short trip up the road. It's Friday though, so hopefully the M5's clear. This is right, I hate traffic. This is the one thing that somebody had a flat tyre. This is, again, the M5, the worst road. It is the worst road in the country, the M5, M6, because there's not many other roads you can take. I remember coming down south one day when I was jumping. About a mile before my junction, it just stopped. And I was stood there for 3 hours and I missed it. So I literally had to turn around after 3 hours and drive home. Female jockeys can get just as much out of a horse than a male jockey, and again, you're on a ton animal, and there's no possible way that a male or a person can get on a ton animal and be. You no matter how strong you are as a rider, you can't physically lift that horse and push it. You know. But with female riders, I don't agree with this allowance thing. I think they I think it should be everybody on a level playing field. You get your claim. If you lose your claim, you're in the big pond with everybody else. Because when you're riding with them, you don't look over and go, "That's a female rider. I'll give her a little bit more room." Or it's all the same. I have to accept that there's going to be days I'm going to be literally out in my head when I have to sweat or when I have to do whatever. But I've always been very lucky. I'd never felt that when I got down to my lightest. Like with 8-9 is my bottom weight. I have done it with 8 stone 8 in this country. Probably once or twice a year I'd only ever, if somebody really asked me that they had a really good chance, I would do. But it probably was taking the piss, like, you know, getting that low. But 8 stone 9 I've done a couple of times. It's still hard work, but I've never felt that when I was on a horse's back that I was weak or I was dizzy or I couldn't do a job. But if I did, I wouldn't do that lightweight. Nice big bottles of champagne here, litre ones. The wife's always happy with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like my first horse has the best chance, he's second favourite. He should go well. I just hope it's not too soft up here, personally. I don't think it will be.
That was just, I don't have a hard sweat today, so I'll give you that.
No, it's not too bad today. We only have 9-2, so it wasn't a hectic day. I'd say you do your 2 miles around the track, as we've seen, and then you come in and get in the box just to get off the excess sweat, water, fluid that you had. As you reckon, we just talked about the race, like, you know, and we worked the way through. I've done my marking off for the paper, and so I have my homework done. Our lads ran three times, and so it should be fairly not new to him. But this is a busy place.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You never told me that he was going to win.
Stand, you can really hear, like, you know, it's daunting for horses, like, you know, especially around the braid ring here. But it's a bit like Aintree. Like, this is probably the nearest flat track to Aintree, and the people here love it, like, you know, racing. They really love it. There's a lot more to it than just a racetrack. To be honest, I went there thinking my last horse was the best shot at 16-1. So first lad I thought would run second. My middle lad I wasn't too sure about. I thought my first lad would go close, and I thought my second lad might struggle on the ground. I thought my last lad then was the best rider today. So that's why you don't listen to jockeys. We haven't been home since Tuesday morning, 3 o'clock. We left the house at 3 a.m. We're going to get home at 11 o'clock hopefully. So I've been lucky at Chester this season, and to get that win at Chester again, it's just nice, you know.